Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show.
The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon, the 12th of September 2023. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show. Hoodie J, Menegio and Keyzie, you mad bastard. And great news, that stallion of a man, that chiseled Adonis, that stud, old Mogey is back. G'day, mate.
Yeah, g'day, you sick bastard there, eh? You mad dog, eh?
Hey, mate.
Yeah, good to be back, mate. Had a bloody ball over there in Auckland.
Yes.
But good to be back in Auckland where it's pissing down with rain.
And it's good to have you back, mate. Keyzie and I were very concerned about what state you were going to be in coming back, but you've held together pretty well by the looks of it.
Yeah, pretty good, man, all things considered. There were a few periods there I was a bit worried for myself, but we'll get into that shortly, I imagine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Keyzie.
What?
No, I'm just. You're wearing a T-shirt today. And I'm just trying to work out what the look is. What? It's vibrant pink.
It's not pink. It's red.
With like weird sort of animated characters. Talk me through it, Keyzie.
It's a red shirt with drag cars on it.
That's not red. At best, I'd say
maroon.
I'd say maroon or crimson. That's not red.
It's from the
Are you colourblind, Keyzie?
It's from the Winter Nationals in Australia a few years back there. It's got a picture of a dragster on it.
Normally just blind, but today colour blind. Yeah, it's cool, man. I love it. It's got some pictures on the front and some pictures on the back.
Yeah, I think it's got the dates and stuff on the back.
Yeah,
Pretty cool. Yeah, Jason's got a little button-up number on.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's cool.
Looking sharp as ever, old Hoodie J. Now listen, big show ahead. Of course, your chance to get in the NRL final draw. We find out about exactly what happened on Mogey's holiday. Coming up next, of course, the big show, big poll. Text us 3483, say good day. In the meantime, here's Alice in Chains.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Yes, indeed, Alice in Chains there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show. The time is 8 minutes past 4 o'clock, which means it's time for...
The Big Poll.
Obviously, Mogey's been overseas this last weekend, so our big poll today related to that. Our question is duty-free cheaper overall?
That's right. I mean, is that your expectation?
It's my expectation.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
It's 100% mine. I just assumed it, and not only did I assume it, I assumed it must be, or there must be a law around it or something like that. Otherwise, why would you bother? But apparently it's not, because I went through there and I got a bottle of Belvedere vodka, and the price on that was relatively much of a muchness. That was about, I think I paid $95, but at any bottle store you can pick it up for 85 or 90.
Right.
I bought a bottle of Silver Patron for 110, I think it was, or 115. You can buy that at a bottle, any bottle store, for 90. I bought a bottle of aftershave, a 50ml, for $110. You can get 100 mils of the same thing at Chemist Warehouse for $70.
Did you buy these things for the experiment? Because you could have just looked at the prices.
No, well, that was the thing, as I went through and I just assumed it. But as I was coming back through, I thought, I think actually I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah.
It wasn't until afterwards I just sort of thought, oh, that must just be what it is. But an absolute rort.
I thought my aftershave was expensive. It's $15 at the supermarket.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Blue Stratos, it's not...
Right, it's actually Brute.
Oh, is it Brute? Was it? Yeah.
So pretty pricey.
Well, back in the day, of course, Mogey, it used to be like the only thing that really concerned me was the durries.
Yes.
And you used to do very well on the durry front.
Well.
Given the taxes that we have on them now. And you used to get like a 5-pack of 50-gram tobacco, for example, for sweet bugger all.
Yeah, that's right.
For basically the price of 1 pack.
For one, that's right. It's about 30,
really?
$40.
And the booze, from recollection, was cheaper as well. But yeah,
it definitely was, because you get two 40 ounces of Jim Beam, for example, would be $40.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, just in general in airports, I think airports in general are a rort.
Generally.
Because, you know what I mean? They charge so much more than you would, and it's like, why? Why would you? You're not that far from the city.
Well, the reason for it is because you're hostage.
Yeah, you're a
so
captive.
That makes sense. But I think when you say something is duty-free, then there's a cost on something. The duty is something that the government adds to it. So once that duty is removed, then it should be cheaper than anywhere else in the country.
Correct.
Because the rest of the country is not allowed to remove that duty. The only place they're allowed to do it is at the airport. So why is it that it's more expensive?
Yeah.
I want to know.
That's true. I mean, one experience I've had in my life, I didn't end up doing it because we were right in the middle of COVID, was if you're getting an engagement ring made, they can, if you're flying somewhere, they can say pick it up through duty free and it'll save you a couple $1,000 or whatever.
Yeah, I bet they're lying.
Yeah, well, I never did it.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that did do it.
And just on that front, you still owe me for your wedding ring,
Oh,
Keyzie.
shoes. That's the exponents. Actually, anyone that needs to vote on this, Hodaki Big Show Instagram story, text us 3483.
Or give us a call on 0800 Hodaki. About that ring, though, Keyzie.
Oh, man, get a load of this song, Mogey. You'll love it.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
The exponents here on the Radio Hodaki Big Show Tuesday afternoon, 15 minutes past 4 o'clock. If you've just joined us, the big poll today is duty-free cheaper overall. Methinks not.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
I think this particular poll is a fait accompli there, Mogey.
What does that mean?
Now, listen,
What?
you were obviously over in Australia this last weekend.
Yeah.
Big weekend for Mogey. Obviously, the Warriors, Adesanya, your brother's 50th. Talk us through it, mate. Talk us through
mate.
it.
So I got over there and straight into it.
Steamy? Warm?
Nah, it wasn't actually. It was a bit overcast on that first day. So I got picked up, went and got some booze, went round to a mate's place from when I was living over there, and sort of just started working our way through it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just nice and easy. But wasn't a late one at all. It was in bed midnight the first night.
That's pretty good,
It's
actually.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It
What
is pretty
time
good.
did you start?
10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Responsibly, of course.
Yeah. Oh, no, responsible fashion.
Oh, yeah. I would
plenty of
go,
snacks and stuff.
beersy, water, beersy, water, beersy, water, vodka, water.
Yeah.
Tequila, vodka.
You must have been quite sloshy at that point.
Nah, tickety boo, pretty chatty around about
yeah,
there.
I'm sure. Yeah, yes, you do.
But
Yes,
I
you
wanted
do.
to get to sleep early, and I had a nice Airbnb over at Bondi there. Now, I've just got a question for you. Is it weird that when you go and start an Airbnb, they've got a camera in the corner of the lounge above the television
Yes.
that looks over everything you're doing in the lounge and also aims back towards the master bedroom?
Yes.
And there's been absolutely no mention of it on the Airbnb, but there is a little bit of a write-up in the booklet when you arrive that says, oh, yeah, we've got a camera there, but that's just to make sure that you don't have any parties.
Right, okay.
I've got a massive issue with that.
I don't have an issue with it at all. It turns me on.
Wait. Turns you on having the camera
Yeah.
or
I'm a
being
performer,
on...
Keyzie.
Oh, you're right.
I'm a
Okay.
performer.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that was...
I like an audience.
That was actually what we had, and so I just messaged the guy and I said, "Well, look, my brother and I aren't really cool with that,
No.
so we're just going to cover it up." And he said, "Oh no, that's fair enough. No
Yeah.
worries at all."
It's, in all seriousness, that to me is a gross invasion of privacy, and I would not feel comfortable at all.
Possibly
Not-
illegal.
Yeah, because I'm not that I'm doing anything dodgy. It's just I don't want some dude presumably just staring
Correct.
at me while I'm
Correct.
just hanging out in the
But
B&B.
also-
especially given my propensity for nudity.
Well, what he's going to get is about 12 hours of footage of you on the couch and your trackies eating chips. You know what I mean? So he's not
right.
really going to get much.
Yeah, or wandering around getting confused by the PowerPoints.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to B&B for Hoity J, it's full nude.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't
And
wear my trackies here.
What about over in... last time I was in Sydney, we literally spent... I was only there for a weekend. We ate probably some of the best food I've ever eaten.
The food was unreal.
Yeah.
I had ordered in some sushi at my mate's place on the first night.
Yeah.
Had some of that and then had breakfast the next morning. And yeah, God, it just keeps you going the whole time. And then didn't eat again until I got home last night.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know, it's filling, man, because I had bacon and eggs the second day. Bit of meat,
protein.
bit of
Yeah.
meat filled me up.
Pretty phenomenal when you
Because
think
I went
about
bacon and eggs, tequila,
right. Yeah. Just given how much you eat just in the studio alone, it's quite phenomenal. That's all you ate.
I know. I don't
You're
know
my-
what was going on.
You're my hero, Mogey.
I appreciate that, man. But yeah, there's plenty of adventures over there, that's for sure.
Well, we'll get into those next, mate.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Queens of the Stone Age there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. 26 minutes past 4 o'clock. We're talking Mogey's adventures over in Australia there. We were just talking about the fact that there was cameras in the Airbnb. Not cool as far as I'm concerned. And that you had 2 good hearty meals the whole time you were there.
Yeah, that's right. The other good thing about being in the Airbnb was that the guy wasn't allowed to rent it out as an Airbnb, so he said, look, mate, if you run into any of the neighbours there, just say your mate's with Dave and you're down from Brisbane, all right?
Yeah, sweet.
And so he just wanted us to lie on his behalf as well.
Oh,
which
what a
was pretty
shambles.
sweet. It was pretty cool.
Well-
And a hell of a place, though. Great place at Bondi it was.
Well, how was the Warriors game in particular? They played at Penrith, which looks like an absolutely electric place to play.
It is a gem of a stadium. It was absolutely packed. Great little purpose-built rugby league stadium. Boutique, I think it sits like 18,000 or
Nice.
something like that. It was an absolute ripper. Heaps of bars all over the place, so you weren't having to queue for 10 years. Lots of toilets around the place.
Yeah.
A bastard to get to.
Right, because it's industrial out there, isn't it?
It's just a long way.
Right.
My brother said, I'd rather steal a car than take a train, so we got an Uber out there, cost $150, took an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow, that's smart.
Would have taken over 3 hours on public transport.
Wow.
Good God.
Yeah.
What about durries? Could you have durries there?
Well, it's interesting you asked that. They had a great little smoking area right beside the stadium. You could almost see the play.
Oh, you're joking.
Grassy little area, nice
Yes.
little
Oh,
view.
so it was grassed?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
Had rubbish bins for your bottles there, and they don't like you littering the cigarette
Yeah,
butts.
well, fair enough, too.
So a
yeah.
lot of respect for the cigarette smokers over there,
Well,
Jace.
well,
Yeah,
this
right.
is
And what
the thing.
about-
This
hang
is the
on.
thing, Mogey, is that often in that sporting
Jace.
situation, you actually have to go outside the ground. You can't still see the
Exactly.
game. That's bloody
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
mate.
that's cool. That's great.
No, that's right. They're really innovators over there. I remember when I was living over there 20-odd years ago at the Sydney Football Stadium, they stopped it. They said you're not allowed to smoke in your seats anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Even though it's
Yeah,
open
yeah.
air.
Yeah.
So they said you actually inside the stadium, inside the concourse, and you had to smoke in there.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
So
sucks.
they wouldn't let you smoke outside, but you had to smoke inside.
And what
I
about
thought
the-
that was
Yeah,
just Aussie genius.
What about the Penrith fans?
The other thing that was really good about the smoking area was it was almost frowned on if you were a vapor.
Yeah,
well,
fair
yeah,
enough.
There was a
of
guy
course.
that brought out his
Backbones.
vape, and he just got 7 shades kicked out of him
Yeah,
straight away.
nice.
And I just thought,
Totally,
this is my kind of
Totally.
place, you know.
And were there many other
Totally.
Warriors fans there, or was it?
Oh, actually, and the other thing about it was they had little cigarette machines there as well. So if
Oh,
you
so
ran
you
out
could
of
actually buy
yeah,
the
yeah,
gun.
you
Oh,
could
well,
buy
that's
them.
good.
You could buy them right there.
Nothing worse than actually being in that scenario
Totally.
and going, oh my God, I'm actually out of
I'm
durries.
out of darts.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I mean,
But-
hellish,
because that
yeah.
can happen.
Yes.
Especially when you're in that sort of mode where you're sort of partying, having a good time, and you go, oh God, I forgot
Exactly.
to pick up some more durries.
Did
And that's
you-
the thing. Sorry, Keyzie.
I was just going to say, did you notice anything different, like from being there at the ground, about how the Warriors played?
See, this is the thing. If you gave me a pen and a paper, I could draw you a perfect diagram of that smokers area.
Yeah.
I can't remember a thing about the game.
But the other interesting thing too, Mogey, is that, if you're in the smoking circle there or square, or was it a square?
It was
rectangle?
more of a square, yeah.
And you've forgotten the durries. You're with fellow smokers.
Oh, they'll hand
And
them
go,
over
yeah,
left
here you
and
go,
right.
mate.
Yeah,
help
very
yourself.
generous,
Fill
yeah.
your boots.
Did you spend any time in your seat?
Oh, yeah. No, I had to because I forgot my lighter.
Right.
And then I sort of left a couple of my drinks up there. I thought I'd be back in a minute. But you get into such great conversations down there.
That's the thing,
Talking
yeah.
about Buckball League.
Yeah,
I sort of
sure,
just stuck
sure.
down there. And
Wait, so you flew all the way to Sydney, drove all the way to Panther Stadium, and then just spent the whole time in the smokers area?
oh, not the whole time because I had to go to the bar a couple of times. and
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right.
Fortunately, there were heaps of bars, Keyzie, so
Oh,
you
yes.
didn't have to,
I couldn't recommend it highly enough. 5
Yeah.
stars.
Right.
Oh, mate, I mean, as you know, I love my rugby league, but knowing that, I'm going to make an effort to get out to Penrith next time I'm
she's
there.
beautiful.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, speaking of rugby league, fellas, coming up inside the next 15 minutes, your chance to get grand final tickets. Listen out for that cue to call and get ready to call 0800 Hodaki.
Arousal.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Radio Hodaki presents You and a Mate to the NRL Grand Final.
Yes, indeed, hell of a prize. That Hank, you mad bastard. How's life? You there, Hank?
Oh, yeah, roger that.
Yeah, good
Here
on
he
you,
is.
mate. Rugby league fan, Hank?
Oh, yes, always.
Yeah, man. Are you a Waz supporter or do you go with someone else?
No, Wales and don't mind the Raiders.
Oh, okay, good on you. And
One
do you do?
left.
What do you do for a crust, Hank?
I'm a dirty old diesel mechanic.
Ah, backbone! Massive
Bloody-
backbone. Well, I tell you what, mate, you're in the draw for that NRL Grand Final, so stay on the line and Pugs will sort you out, all right?
Awesome. Cheers, boys.
Good on you, mate.
What a
Andrea,
backbone.
how's life?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, bloody great now.
Yes.
Oh, good on you,
Sweet,
Andrea.
sweet. Well, what are you doing at the moment? Just driving home or something?
Oh, no, going driving to do the supermarket shopping.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Whereabouts are you, Andrea, in the country?
Christchurch.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Massive. What do you do for a crust, Andrea?
Warehouse manager for...
Backbone. Now, what rugby league side do you support? The Wars?
Come on.
Of course.
Yeah, up the
Well, to be
way.
fair, Mogey, you know, the league fans around the country, there's a few that support other
there
teams.
are.
Quite a few Manly fans I've found. You know, from when
No,
Richie was there.
No.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time ago. That's a throwback.
Yeah,
Jesus.
geez, that is a throwback. But, Andrea, the great news for you, mate, is that you're in the draw, so stay on the line and Pugs will sort you out, all right?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
No
sweet
worries.
as, mate. She
Andrea
was pretty stoked.
sounds like she's got a rugby league fan in the car there with her.
does.
Just a reminder, the prize for this is massive. It is a full long weekend. You get free flights for you and a mate. You get accommodation. You get hospitality, corporate passes to the Randwick races the day before. You also get a 2-hour Sydney Harbour cruise to the stadium on the Sunday for the big
Yeah,
dance.
good.
And $1 million.
Jace, you don't get $1 million. I'm so... All right, stuff it. Yeah, you get $1 million.
Yeah, so good.
Hit up Jace for it when you win.
Hey, you fellas feel like a bit of David Bowie?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, okay, here you go, Mogey.
What about Ashes to Ashes?
Yeah, sure.
That's what it is.
Just for you, Keyzie.
Yeah, thanks, man.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Everclear there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is exactly 9 minutes to 5 o'clock, Mogey.
It is. Didn't really get to it earlier on, but I went to the Israel Adesanya fight,
Yes.
UFC 293. I wasn't too sure how that was going to go. I thought it was going to be full of sort of Aussie
Well, you're saying Durbrains
steroid
off
abusing
here.
Durbrains,
Yeah.
who are pissed up, probably coked up,
Aggressive.
and looking for a fight on
Yeah.
their way home from the fights themselves. But actually, the crowd was really good. A lot of empty seats until the sort of the main card started. I think
really?
it sat around 18,000 people in there, but really just a lot of people booing and telling them to hurry up. Asking for a refund, all that sort of, just
Really?
people, yeah. It was really funny.
From recollection, actually, Mogey, they weren't cheap, though. Yeah, it was like
it
a
wasn't
grand
cheap.
or something
No,
like
that's
that.
right. Well, because initially I bought one ticket on its own, managed to get rid of that ticket, managed to sell that ticket over when I landed in Aussie,
Yes.
sold it to a dude on their equivalent of Trade Me, but he didn't want to do it via email. He wanted to meet me in person to make sure I was legit.
Right, okay.
That's kind of the nature of Australia, where everybody's trying to rip each other off, so you can't be too sure.
Sure.
Then, weirdly, when I got to the event, I went to the toilet. I used a toilet, a cubicle. And when I came out of the cubicle, the guy that I sold the ticket to was coming in.
Right, okay.
How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, what's the chances of that? 1 in about 18,000, Keyzie.
Wow, that's crazy, Mike.
Yeah. And then, of course, watched the fight, and it didn't go very well, did it?
No, he got pants, didn't he?
He did. It was weird. He didn't get out of first gear there, and I don't really know what happened. It was almost like, it reminded me of the David Tua fight, where I remember when David Tua fought Lennox Lewis for the
Yes.
championship.
Yeah.
And everyone was just screaming at the TV, punch him, throw a punch.
Get in there, man.
Didn't seem to be doing anything. And it's hard to be the champ when you don't want to fight.
Yeah. And I've always felt with Eddie that, you hit him early and he gets a bit like a deer in the headlights
just
a little bit.
Just FYI, Jace knows Israel Adesanya from way back, and he calls him Eddie.
Eddie,
Yeah. Well, he was a cocky young kid, Mogey, and I
Sure.
sorted him out.
He's
once
so much less cocky now.
Once you break through that bravado, he's actually an easy scorer as far as I'm concerned. But, I got that feeling too when I was watching the fight, that he just and I felt that in his last couple of fights where he's just not engaging in the battle.
Sure,
he's
okay.
very standoffish.
Why do you
He's
think
just
that was, Jace?
Standing off all the
Yeah.
time. Oh, I think it's maybe a bit of cockiness, a bit of arrogance. He doesn't need to do anything.
Well, I mean, certainly you guys have been throwing around some things like, was it a complete waste of your time going over on this trip to Australia and seeing, the Warriors get absolutely hammered, and then seeing Israel Adesanya lose and get hammered.
And then you got
But
hammered.
the thing about it is, has won 22 times. And now he's only lost 3 times. I've been lucky enough to be at one of the fights that he's lost.
Yeah.
You know, so many people have been to see him win. I mean, that's boring. I got to see him lose in person.
28-5 from recollection.
25 and 5, I think.
28. Check the stats,
right.
mate. Oh, that's great, Mogey. You're obviously a bad omen for New Zealand sport over there,
Yeah,
mate.
I'd say so.
One quick question. What was it like, instead of getting fizzed up and going to that fight in the evening, like if you were watching boxing or something here, it was at 3 in the afternoon was the main
gates
card.
opened at 7:30 in the morning.
So what time did you go?
I was there by 9.
Wow.
And finished by 3, in bed by 5:36.
Wow.
Sweet.
Hey, coming up after 5 o'clock, by the way, everyone, your chance once again to get in the draw for that NRL Grand Final prize.
And also Pet Chat.
And Pet Chat. And I will just say, good news, if you think I'm a bad omen for New Zealand sport, I will be attending the Warriors game this Saturday.
Oh, God, don't do it. Just for Pet Chat, by the way, text any questions you've got, 3483. We've got Backbone T-shirts to give away.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Welcome back, you massive backbones. Coming up very shortly, of course, Pet Chat, being a Tuesday afternoon. Text us 3483 if you've got any pet questions. Also, the Big Show poll today is duty-free cheaper overall after Mogey did a bit of a investigative inquiry regarding...
Yeah. What do you think
duty
that's going to sit, Jace? What's the percentage that we forgot to ask you at the start of the show?
I'm going to say heavily no.
Yeah.
That would be my feeling.
So give us a
because it is a
percentage.
rip-off. Now,
Yeah.
70-30?
In favour of no.
No,
Yeah. And another thing we'll be chatting about is it's day 1 of our giving up smoking, Jace.
Oh, yeah, September
so we'll
11th.
get into that.
Is it?
Day 1 of no smoking. So I'm actually on day 2 already. I've done yesterday without any. And day 2 today.
Yeah,
So,
I'll need to see some evidence of that, Mogey. I don't recall this date being in any
September
way.
11.
Hey, well, today's September 12th, which means, Jace, you should have given up yesterday.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Right.
How you
Well,
going?
as I say,
I'll get
I
into
don't.
it.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But in the meantime, let's have a bit of Pearl Jam to kick us off.
Just got a message through from Pugs in Studio B, by the way.
Yeah.
He said everyone that texts through for Pet Chat on 3483 in the draw for Backbone T-shirts.
Oh, really?
He just said that through.
Tune.
Yeah, massive
Huge
tune.
tune.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Pet Chat. With Jason Mike. Yes, indeed. Welcome back. And we've literally had thousands of texts on 3483 and on our Instagram account, thanks to good old Pugs in Studio B. Where to begin, actually? That's the hard thing.
Yeah.
There's so many, Mogey.
What do you got there for
it's
us,
hard to
Keyzie?
know what we need to get to.
Well, I'm basically going to do it in terms of what I think is the biggest emergency.
Okay.
So here's one. Hey, guys, what is the best way to fight a kangaroo? I reckon Mogey would have sorted out some of those bastards while he was over there in Australia.
Mano a mano. You got to look them straight in the eye. Otherwise, they don't respect you.
Yeah, massively. You got
Right.
to do a couple of feints with the fist there, and then
Yeah.
just dedouche with your foot in the pouch.
Well, the trick is for me is you come straight up the guts because
Yeah.
they've got their eyes on the side of their heads. The idiots,
Right.
They can't see them if you just launch one, just a straight
down the
right,
middle, yeah.
right in between the bloody eyes there, and just badadoo, she's all over.
or
blind
of
spot.
course, you can't. Another good thing to do is the old CP.
Right.
Come from behind.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Dedouche.
Well, that's another way of doing it. Another one is it depends whether they know they're in a fight or not.
Yes.
Because I found it easiest to win a fight with a kangaroo when I was the only one that knew the kangaroo was going to be in a fight.
Yeah.
So often sneaking up behind them, putting them in the old sleeper hold,
Yes.
and lights out, baby.
Yeah.
Why did you do that to that kangaroo? What was it?
I think you got to keep them on their toes, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah, fair enough. Hey guys, I walked in on my Jack Russell running an underground greyhound betting syndicate in my
Yeah,
garage. He's threatened to destroy some stuff in the house. If I tell on him, what should I do?
Yeah, classic. You're Jack Russell.
Jack Russells, they love betting syndicates.
Oh,
Do
don't
they?
they? They're made for betting syndicates.
Really?
Yeah,
They've
they're
just
real
got-
razzle-dazzle, the old Jack Russell.
They've got a real way with numbers, man.
Oh, wow.
But you could give them, might say to them, 2-year-old filly versus a 4-year-old stallion. They'll be able to flip the odds on that.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And just instantly.
Yeah,
They're sort
bang.
of like Russell Crowe in
A Beautiful
A Beautiful
Mind.
Mind.
Yeah.
Jack
Very
Russell
much so.
Crowe.
And they look great in a fedora.
What, Jack Russell?
Yeah,
Or
Oh, they
Russell
do.
Crowe?
A little
Yeah.
cigar sticking out
Yeah,
of the
sticking
side
out
of
of
their
the trap
mouths.
there.
Yeah.
What, playing poker with other dogs?
Clappers. Yeah. Perfect.
It's good stuff, fellas. G'day, guys. I'm not allowed pets in my flat, so every time the landlord comes around for an inspection, I have to dress my bulldog in human clothes and say he's my flatmate Steve. Is there a better way to do things? Cheers, it's from Tim.
I don't think so.
That sounds perfectly adequate to me. We used to have that scenario because, landlords often, no pets.
Yeah.
And we had all sorts.
Right, so you dress them
Papua
up
New Guinea
as...
pigs.
The other thing you can do is you can marry them. So you
Right,
can say no
So they're
pets,
legal.
but if you've married them, well, it's not a pet anymore, is it? It's your spouse.
right. And if he comes along and goes, "Oh, is that a
My
dog?"
my
and some
missus.
clothes-
Yeah,
that's
no,
my
that's
wife.
my wife. Yeah,
My
yeah.
wife.
Come on, Jace.
My wolf.
Hey.
See, that's good, man.
Yeah.
My wolf. Hey guys, this one came through on the Instagram. Actually, it's a very, very good question. What dog would you recommend for someone who's not a dog person? And that's from Spark.
Rottweiler.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to
Rotties have got a
say.
hell of a big personality.
Well, that's not what they want, is it?
Yeah, well,
yeah.
if you're hating on dogs, I'd maybe look at an albino poodle, large albino poodle, foul-looking beasts.
Right.
And you can just...
Right, because
Well, I mean, it's not going to turn you into a dog enthusiast, put it that way.
No.
right. So it sounds like you're trying to put them off dogs.
No,
Yeah,
but if
don't-
you get a Rottweiler, I feel like if you hate dogs, at least get a dog that can stick up for itself when you're hating on it. You know what I mean?
Oh, right,
It's not
okay,
like
yeah,
picking on
yeah.
an albino poodle.
Yeah,
Anybody
yeah.
can do that. Try picking on a Rottie.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Keep the text coming in on 3483. Plenty of backbone t-shirts to dish out. Such good stuff, fellas.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here for, Keyzie.
Yeah.
Oh, tune.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
In excess there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is 5:27 now. A little while back, I think it was last week actually, Mogey.
Yeah.
We made the deal that today was the day that we were going to give up the durries.
Well, almost. Yesterday.
Well, yesterday was, but you weren't here yesterday, so it didn't feel right giving up.
Oh, I go. I certainly go.
we'll wait till next
without
September
you,
11 then.
giving up. So today's the day. And
Well, yesterday's the day. I didn't
Well,
smoke
I
yesterday,
mean-
and I haven't smoked today. So,
Okay,
because
well,
I thought
yeah.
yesterday was the day.
Well, you see,
does that
already-
mean did you smoke?
Yes.
Have you been smoking?
You see,
Have you
it's
been
already
smoking?
out of whack. It's already out of whack. So we need to.
Well,
we need
it's
to
out of
come
whack in the
together.
sense that the date was set and you smoked.
Well, I forgot all about it. To be
Oh,
honest.
right. Okay, so I win, Keyzie. Can
and-
we just chalk that up as a victory to
Oh,
old
well
Mogey?
done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, mate.
Yes.
And
So, shall we have
So
another
good.
competition now?
and
we'll have a
frankly,
separate competition.
well,
So good,
I
Mogey, man.
never viewed it as a competition. I viewed it as a support thing. So,
Oh, sure.
And I needed you here because
Yeah,
I wasn't
okay.
quite sure. It was a bit
one
fudgy to me.
This one can be support. The last one was a competition.
Yeah, okay,
Which
yeah,
I
sure.
won.
Mogey is currently on 1. Jace currently on 0.
Yes. So now here's my dilemma. Now we're going on a roadie tomorrow.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean?
Christchurch, yeah.
And you know what we're like on roadies, Mogey. What happens on the road stays on the road. And I, different environment, away from home.
You get nervy, don't you, babe?
Not my normal support structures around me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how do you feel that we just elongate this period a little bit and maybe start fresh and clean and ready to go on Monday?
Okay, well, if that's what you need, look, I've also got a situation where I've got some mates coming up for the Warriors game this weekend. Because
Yes.
also the other thing that I'm doing is I'm going to stop drinking until the end of the year as well.
Okay.
Going to have a nice big break there into the end of the year, and I'll do the durries at the same time. But I've got these mates coming up for the Wars, and it just sort of feels like it wouldn't be right, you know?
Yep, totally. I
They
know,
come
mate.
up, they stay with me, and they're like, "Having a beer, Mogey?" Nah.
Well,
all
come
good.
out and have a durry then.
Come
with
and
us,
have a
Mogey.
dart. So
Oh,
I'll
no,
probably,
no.
look. Why don't we start next Monday?
18.
And this gives everybody, all our listeners out there, the opportunity to jump on board as well. So if you're a vapor, if you're a smoker, and you're looking at giving up, or even taking a break for as long as you can, you want to have a competition with your mate to see who can go the longest without smoking a dart or sucking on the end of a vape. Next Monday is day one. Next Monday is day one, and we're going to go for as long as we can. We're going to get some people on from, I guess, Smoke Free or something like that to give us some advice on
Yeah.
how we can
deal
best
with
handle
stuff.
these things. And because we did this a couple of years ago, Jason, you and I, we went for a year and a half.
Yeah,
plus.
we did bloody well, actually.
A couple of years.
And then life took over.
It did a little bit.
And, the stresses and strains.
Right,
So we're
so-
saying the 18th.
So can we just clarify the 18th? It's currently 1-0 to Mogey, by the way,
Yeah,
Jay. So it's a
doing
good
well.
opportunity for you to draw the scores level. But last time we were in Christchurch, I think there were about 100 people having a dart in the car park all at once with you guys.
Yes.
So I can understand.
Yeah.
And also, people keep giving you darts whenever they see you.
Look, I just want to float this very quickly. We don't want to start a new month fresh and clean.
No, 18th.
like-
No, I
Jace.
reckon 18th's good because then we're into October, starts warming up a bit, and I start thinking to myself, God, the weather's good, man. I could go a few beers and a few darts.
Curries, yeah.
But if I've already got a few weeks under my belt, I'll be good to go.
All right, well,
Sure.
here's what we'll do. We'll lock in the 18th this coming Monday. If you're keen to join in as well, text us on 3483.
Yes.
And, unrelated, but if you're keen for possibly getting in the draw for the NRL Grand Final prize,
Ooh.
stay tuned. In the next 20, that Cue to Call will play.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast. Radio Hodaki presents You and a Mate to the NRL Grand Final.
I tell you what, Mogey, people are keen, mate. Every time that goes off, the phone lines, da-doosh,
Yeah,
Well,
man.
da-doosh.
Not surprised. It's a massive prize. It's not just flights and that. It's flights for you and a mate, accommodation, tickets to the races the day before, a harbour cruise, and then silver match tickets to the big dance.
Very good. Hey, Chris, you mad bastard, how's life?
Thanks, man.
Hey, awesome. Yeah, good.
Good on you, mate. Who would you take with you if you won this prize,
Good
Chris?
question.
Take one of my best mates, Simon.
Simon, oh.
Simon.
You're going to take Simon. He's a lightweight, man.
He's a lightweight, but we'll take him anyway.
Yeah,
on you,
good
mate.
on you, Chris. What do you do in the beautiful Wellington City there, mate, for a crust?
I work for the government.
Oh, backbone!
Bone! Good on you, mate. Well, I tell you what, you're in the draw, so stay on the line, and Pugs will sort you out, all right?
Is that Chris Hipkins?
Thank you.
I think that was
Thanks, mate.
That was Chris Hipkins.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Alex, you mad bastard, how's life?
How's it going, lads? Bloody good, bloody good.
Can't
Yeah,
complain,
good,
can't
yeah,
complain. Yeah, grass good.
How's beautiful Dunedin today there, Alex?
Oh, 4 seasons, one day, just the usual.
Yeah.
If all four of those seasons were winter.
Yeah.
And freezing. Alex, who would you take with you?
I'll be taking my best mate, Keith.
Keith.
Oh, Keith.
Oh,
Oh,
Keithy,
really?
the mad bastard.
Keithy? Is he down in Dunners now, is he?
Yeah, he is a mad bastard.
God, you wouldn't want him.
He starts throwing hooks and jabs and that, though, doesn't he, when he gets a few beers in him?
The old
once the
firewater.
run comes out.
Hey, what do you do for a crust down in Dunedin there, Alex?
I'm a carpenter.
Ah, backbone!
Do you know Jesus' dad was a carpenter man?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Joseph, his name was.
Didn't he do? He did like outdoor furniture and
Yeah,
stuff.
he built the ark.
yeah.
The best thing he ever built, man, was the ark.
No,
you
that
remember
was
that?
another bloke, wasn't it?
That was
Yeah, that was
mean.
No, that was another guy.
heaps mean.
Just on that front, actually, Alex, what sort of stuff do you build?
Not quite arcs, but decks and houses. Just,
Oh, better
just
than
a
an
little
ark,
bit of everything,
man.
mate.
Better than an ark.
That indoor-outdoor flowway, mate. Good on you. Stay on the line, and our mate Puds will
wait,
sort you out.
hang on.
What?
Oh, wait. Alex, do you like rugby league?
Mate, I love rugby league.
Yeah,
I mean, of course he likes rugby league.
Well, hang on,
Keith. I mean,
just double-checking,
why would
Jace.
he even
Yeah.
ring up if he
I
didn't
don't
like
know.
rugby league?
To complain about the music or our content or something? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Well, stay on the line, Alex, and Pugs will sort you out, all right?
Thanks very much. Cheers, boys.
Good
on
brother.
you, you
worries.
massive backbone. You see, I've thought about living in Dunedin.
Have you?
Yeah, I did.
Jace, I feel like...
I went through a little phase.
I could see you in a little rowboat going out there into the harbour there and, you know, tipping out,
Capsizes.
being lost.
Freezing,
Lost at sea.
freezing to death, massively.
Jace.
Yeah.
You go through phases of wherever we go, you say, oh, I could live here. And then
Yeah.
you do it every time.
Oh, I've never said that about the Tron
No, the Tron's the obvious exception.
or
Yeah,
Christchurch,
yeah, well, Christchurch is an exception as well, yeah.
or anywhere else we've been. Actually, Keyzie.
Wellington?
Nah, I couldn't live in Wellington.
Right, okay.
You already have lived in Wellington, eh?
I already have.
Yeah.
Nah.
I thought you did.
What? When did I live in Wellington?
Are you still steamed?
What do you mean?
Oh, comfortably shagged.
Oh, tune.
Tune.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, cheers. Guns and Roses. Kangaroos is there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show. For those of you that have been paying attention, Mogey's been back today. He was coming back from Australia yesterday and hence had to go through duty free and thus our big poll question.
That's right.
Do you want me to play the big poll thing?
Oh, you do
go
it.
on then.
Yeah.
Big poll.
That's better.
Really good. So it was just, what was it, Keyzie? You've probably got it there in
The
front
big
of you.
poll, yeah. The big poll was: is buying at duty free actually cheaper? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
You can vote on this up at the Hodaki Big Show's Instagram poll. We got Jace to guess what it would be. What did you say again, Jace?
I said my vibe was 70-30.
That's right.
In
No,
favour
it's
of
not.
no.
It's not cheaper.
Okay, cool. This is on the back
And
of
that's just my experience of it as well. It's
Right.
an absolute rort.
right. Okay.
It's a farce.
yeah, totally.
It's
Just-
a debacle.
yeah, we get it. Stop
Yeah.
justifying your guess. That's spot on once again.
Oh, has he nailed it?
Yeah, he's nailed it.
I was going to say like 73-27.
Nah, you're actually further away. It's 69-31
damn.
in favour of no.
Right, okay.
So this is on the back of Minogue going through, Mogey,
Yeah, thanks, man.
going through duty free and spending up large.
Yeah, went over there, grabbed a couple of bottles and some aftershave stuff because I'd had the aftershave before and I dropped it in the bathroom and smashed the bastard.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Reeking it was.
Yeah.
So I bought another bottle, and that was in particular the thing that was a rip-off. $10 for 50 mils, and I looked it up today, and you could get 100 mils for 68 or 69 bucks
At
at
the-
Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah.
That is a horrendous rort.
Yes.
When people automatically assume because it is duty free that it is going to be cheaper, and to me, I don't know, it's something that really sucks about it. I think
does
to
my
me
head
it
in.
feels like people are getting ripped off.
Well, they are getting ripped off, quite frankly. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, of course, back in the day, it was much cheaper for your durries, for your booze, but it doesn't feel like that anymore.
But
and airports in general really get deep inside my goat
Yep.
for overcharging on nearly every possible level.
So, because, I mean, I only started flying in the last sort of 25 years. So, back when you first started flying, was everything really cheap at airports, or is duty-free a recent thing?
So duty-free was always there, but the
Yeah.
difference in cost was incredible. And we've had some people texting through and saying, oh, this is cheaper and that's cheaper. And I think if you're over in the islands, things will be cheaper, but certainly here in Auckland, when I went through, what I got was an absolute rip.
Actually, one hack that we did see was if you come through duty-free, ignore that very first alcohol and perfume store and go to the next one, because that one's the first one and will just rip you off.
Yeah.
Apparently cheaper prices, so...
Well, there you go, eh? It's been answered by the Kiwis
I think there
out
should be an inquiry, to be honest with you.
Well,
An
certainly.
independent inquiry.
Yes.
Can you do that on your weekend, Keyzie? Just independently, you can start an inquiry. Just start inquiring.
I was going to go
Just
visit my
ring them
parents,
up and
but
ask
sure.
them. But,
Just itemize everything too. Just list
Okay.
everything that you see and the prices and compare them to other prices. Can you have that by Monday, actually?
Yep, cool. Only if you promise to stop cheating in the big poll guessing game.
I did.
Did you actually cheat today?
No.
See, and no one believes you because you've cheated so much. It's the boy who cried wolf.
Well, of course he did.
Yeah, he cheated, bastard.
Jeez.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Weezer there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. We've got the full team back, which is great news because they're doing this segment now. What's on the telly with Mike Minogue.
That's how we do it.
Jace.
I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on the plane, on the flight over there
I hear
to
it's
Australia. Yeah, really good. It could be longer. That would be my only complaint. It's only 3 hours.
Right,
And
okay,
it's just
yeah.
like, I don't know. Because there's like probably 3 or 4 occasions in the film where everything that exists exploded.
What?
Everything is burning rubble, ashes, embers, and you think to yourself, oh, this must be the end of the movie. But it's not. There's another 5 of those, and then it gets to the 6th, and you're like, oh, I wish there was another 10 times that everything explodes.
Yeah.
Because it's just not enough to have it only 18 times. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's because
I think they could sort of help their budgets if they just took 2 hours out of each movie. But in that one, I was like, I just want another 3 hours of this movie.
Yeah, you
But
can't get enough.
definitely worth watching. just in like about 8 chapters.
Would you say
Boom, boom, bang, bang.
it's because there's been so many superhero movies that the amount of peril that humankind is in, we don't even care anymore?
But that's where they started. They start with their peril at the universe explodes, or they have one superhero throwing a planet at another planet.
Wow.
And it's too big, and that's why Logan was so good. You remember that Wolverine movie?
really good,
Low
yeah.
stakes.
Yeah,
low
yeah,
stakes.
yeah,
You
low
don't
stakes.
need big explosions.
I find the whole superhero thing intellectually unstimulating for me.
Oh, it's a real fait accompli
You know what I
for
mean?
me.
And you know what I mean? It's just boom, boom, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I always think of Keyzie and things like that. You know what I mean?
Boom.
So you watch
Just
superheroes
some
and think
sort
of me.
some really tedious explosions and whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, look at that machine.
And
That's awesome. That's just like the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just like the game.
What game?
I got to the point where with all of the what's the big one, the Avengers,
Yeah.
and all of that, and you just go, look, rather than going to these things and complaining about it, I just wait. They're not for me.
I'm the same.
You know, I'm just going to stop watching.
They're not for me, and if they are for you, that's okay, but
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
great.
like them.
But yeah,
I didn't watch anything last night. I lit the fire and just settled down on the settee there and read One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, I haven't read. You read that?
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
seen the movie. Is the movie good?
I wouldn't. I don't. As a rule, watch movies that were previously books. Keyzie.
Such a prick. Okay. All right. What did I watch? I
the
watched,
movie stars Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
No,
really?
it's Nicholson. I watched The Short Skank Redemption. Fellas.
Can you just clip that off
Yeah,
for
just-
us, Pugs? We're just going to
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
words
sorry
to
about that,
HR
buddy.
about that.
What, the Nicholson part?
Filth, man.
Oh man.
Oh, this is a tune though, fellas.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Yes, indeed, the Red Hot Chili Peppers there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show. One more sleep, fellas, and we're off to Christchurch tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Of course, doing the live show on the Thursday afternoon at the Tap and Taitapu.
That's
Yes.
right.
And we're even going all out for this and putting a bus on from Christchurch, I believe.
Bus on from Christchurch, live band, bloody good band as well. They played at my wedding.
Yes.
They've got a new song out, by the way, which I think will be debuting too. So it's going to be a big party.
First I've heard.
It probably is actually because you've been in Sydney there getting responsibly steamed. But it's going to be a big night on the Thursday. The Taitapu pub, the Tap. Make sure you come along from, get there early, 3:30. I'd recommend. Get yourself a table.
Yeah, even earlier.
Actually, could
3.
you email me the menu there, Keyzie? Or Pugs? I just want to see what's on,
Can't you just look at it once we get there?
because I'm already feeling like maybe a bit of wedge action might be going on.
Well, I can
Yeah.
tell you, there'll be wedges, there'll be fries, there'll be burgers.
Yeah,
You'll be
yeah,
fine.
yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
And just remember too, if you come along, we always have giveaways and those things. Backbone T-shirts, all that sort of jazz. Chippies. We're going to have chippies. We have food and beverage vouchers
Oh,
often.
yeah.
And also, Mogey's lowered his price on his selfies, so that's definitely worth coming
Pretty
for.
good, isn't it? And we will or will not be on the darts.
Oh, yeah, we've
Yeah,
got to figure
yeah,
that out.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
just so you know, it's the official launch of the Hodaki chip with Heartland. The chips with backbone available in 2 flavours. So there's going to be a crap load of those there
Yeah.
to
Beautiful.
be given away.
Yeah,
so
good stuff.
The Tap Taitapu this Thursday, 4 o'clock. We'll see you there.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Well, I'll be honest with you, we gave it all we had to give today, so I hope you appreciate it, New Zealand. Mogey, I imagine for you tonight, catching up on a few winks.
Yeah, a bit more sleep. Packing my bag, so of course.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We're
yeah,
off, aren't
yeah.
we? On leaving on
Tomorrow.
a jet
Yeah,
plane,
yeah.
and of course, Keyzie and I will be travelling the skies here with Air New Zealand.
Oh, we'll be in the Kuri Lounge, eh?
You'll be in the Kuri Lounge having some beautiful breakfast and
Yeah.
some lovely coffee. There as many as you
Smoothies.
like as well. Smoothie if you like.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks for getting me in there,
hopefully
by the
there's
way.
No worries, hash browns.
I had one of
et
these
cetera, et cetera.
smoothies the last time I was in there. It was pretty gross.
Well, you won't have to worry about that because you're Jetstar.
Yeah, totally. I'm just,
You're loving it.
I mean,
It's not even that bad. It's fine.
what are you doing tonight, Keyzie?
What are you up to? Recording the latest episode of my gaming podcast, Extremely Casual Gamers, Jace. Do you want to be part of it?
Sure.
Damn it, I thought you'd say no.
yeah.
No, mate, I'll be in.
Okay, well, what's your favourite video game at the moment? What are you...
Is that what we're going to be talking about?
No, we will, yeah. What are you playing at the moment?
I'm more interested in what the latest stuff is at the moment.
Right, we can talk about that. Like, what's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
your eye?
Well, get me on the podcast and find out, Keyzie. All right.
Good tease. That's a good
It's
tease.
so good, Jace. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
What are you up to?
Oh, look, I'll be packing my bags tonight, heading up to the airport tonight.
In case the plane leaves early.
In preparation for my flight with Jetstar. And have we got carry-on? Because I feel like I'm going to be there for a few days.
I wouldn't let it out of your sight, man, if I was you.
Yeah, but old Pugs,
guys,
and I will be hanging out together in the Jetstar lounge. And
There's no lounge.
Also known as the toilet.
I might buy him a
Don't.
coffee or something like that.
I like
So,
Jetstar, all right?
Yeah,
But
good
I
on you.
prefer to be in the Cootie Lounge.
Hey, listen, it's been a pleasure bringing you the show today. We're in Christchurch tomorrow, so we'll be broadcasting from there. Make sure you check out the podcast, also the Instagram account. Yes, Keyzie.
I was just going to say, if you're in Christchurch this Thursday, 4 o'clock, Tai Tapu at the Tap Pub. We'll see you there for a live show.
Yeah.
Too good. See ya.